The truth about Palworld is that you probably clicked on this video having already decided how you feel about it. The eruption of discourse surrounding this game has not been on the content of the game itself. Nobody really cares about that, rather its relation to the Pokemon brand. Players are asking questions like, is Pokemon gonna sue? Did Palworld steal from Pokemon? Is Pokemon threatened by Palworld? And these questions are asked with the fervor of a new all-out culture war, rather than in the admittedly mundane context of two video games simply existing. Now, let me be clear. The point of this video is not to identify if Palworld has stolen from Pokemon. If there are legal implications here, I am content to wait for someone to plead that case on their own behalf. But before that happens, I'm not really interested in becoming a self-appointed advocate for any of these brands or corporations. Like, yes, stealing is wrong, but surely you don't need me, some random person on the internet, to say that. Surely we all know that stealing is wrong. So instead, in this video, I want to identify what I think are the two loudest groups of people talking about Palworld and show how each is interpreting the game and surrounding events to suit their own unreliable narrative. For the sake of simplicity, I will be referring to these two groups as Pokemon weirdos and Palworld sickos. Pokemon weirdos are people that see Palworld as having stolen valor, thinking that Palworld only has success because of its cheap ripoff of the Pokemon brand. And that brand, the Pokemon brand, is tied so closely to their own personal identity, how they see themselves. So somebody else accruing success and popularity by cheating off of Pokemon, it's like they're cheating off of themselves and they're offended by it. Now, on the other side, we have Palworld sickos. These people have decided that Palworld is, just by existing, an act of rebellion against what they perceive as the safe and sanitized Pokemon brand. Palworld sickos are adamant that this game is a direct and meaningful competitor to Pokemon, and fully believe the game proves what a good Pokemon game could be. Though they are entirely different genres going for entirely different audiences, but don't tell them I told you that. And for one final point of comparison, today the Pokemon Company released a statement saying that they would be investigating Palworld and will take appropriate measures once a legal determination is made. Now, okay, Pokemon weirdos, they see this statement as a declaration that they are correct, that Palworld did something wrong, and this is going to be the killing blow against that copycat game. And on the other end, Palworld sickos see the Pokemon Company investigation as a pathetic move by Pokemon, made to undercut Palworld's success, and it's also acknowledging that Palworld is indeed a threat to them, which they love. Now, to me, in my eyes, the statement from the Pokemon Company clearly reads as them saying, like, please stop bothering us about this. And I personally am positive that the Pokemon Company deals with questions of intellectual property all of the time, and I'm sure they're going to apply the same efforts to Palworld as they would anywhere else. So at the end of the day, the only thing that Pokemon weirdos and Palworld sickos have in common is that they are both not normal. So here's my recommendation. For anybody wrestling with a social or political question surrounding Pokemon and Palworld, or really any video game, you can apply this to anything, is do your best to take the particulars out of it. Take the brands out of it and your feelings surrounding those brands out of it. Ask yourself ideological questions about art and culture. When do you consider something stealing? When is something more like jazz? Have material, concrete, ideological beliefs and stick to those. And then you won't find yourself being a reactionary just because a brand you like happens to be involved. If you have a predetermined side in any argument, you just won't be thinking clearly. And that's hard, I get it, it's hard. I'm sure the comments to this video will be filled with people that, like I said at the top, have already decided how they feel about these games and have already pledged allegiance to a side, and they want to meaninglessly fight on that side's behalf. But that's gonna do it for this video, everybody. Please stay normal out there.